So I had an experience this morning with my partner that can be pretty common, especially if we're kind of stuck in power struggle. And it made me want to talk a little bit about this invisible thing that I think is always kind of running in the background in our relationships. And sometimes it's ruling things, sometimes it's just there kind of scanning. And I think it's the source of all conflict, which is reactive brain. Reactive brain is our threat response system. It's our ego. It's the part of us that is always looking for a threat. It's instinctive. We don't have to think about it. Just it reacts without pause. It's either or thinking. It's very black and white. It's competitive. When I'm in reactive brain, I see others as the enemy. It's a paradigm of control. It's where we feel stressed out, right? We're not in rest and digest. We're in stress chemicals and hormones. They're coursing through our bodies. It's where our perspective is limited, like we're very narrow focused. We're zooming in on the threat, which is often the other person, at least in relationship. I think that our reactive brains are great. They keep us alive. Thank goodness for them. It's just that when it comes to relationship, it really kind of sucks because all it takes is the tone of voice or the look of the eye, the smallest little thing that can happen in an instant, and then we're there. We're in reactive brain. And so I wanted to bring this up because I was in reactive brain this morning with my partner. Pretty sure he'd say he was too. He looked like he was. I guess I can't speak for him. And specifically the power struggle that comes out of reactive brain. It's this invisible thing that is always running in the background, I think. And I appreciate it because when I think about hierarchy, when I think about being in an emergency and, when planes crash into the towers on 9/11, it's great for somebody to come in and say, go here, to survive, for somebody to step up who's not going to be collapsed, who's not going to be sort of succumb by their own fear, that I can follow that person and that will keep me alive. And my own power under and other people's power under to say, oh, I'm able to follow the leader. I'm not going to question you right now. I have this mammalian response that says, oh, that makes sense. I'm going to go there. I'm going to listen to you. I think about animals. I think about monkeys. I think about mammals. This is what they're doing. Like dogs of the dog park. They're going in and they're just intuitively, there's a dog that's dominating and there's a dog that's submitting and they're establishing hierarchy. And I think that this is what we're also doing, except we have a language in these brains that are thinking about things and that we can get stuck in it. And that it's operating in places where our lives aren't threatened. But because it's there and it's been there for so long, we don't even realize it. We don't realize we're operating from a threat response because it's what we're used to. And so this morning, I was watching myself. My partner and I are kind of playing with this. We're wanting to do a project together with these tools to maybe build a course or something. And we got really excited and we were both above the line and something happened. I think we probably both got scared of like, we're gonna work on a project together. What if we don't get along? And what if all these what ifs? And in an instant, I noticed myself collapsing. I get this contracted feeling in my stomach. I feel sad. I get kind of small and I wanted to go away. Now, I've had this experience enough, specifically with my partner, that it's familiar. I know the path. I can go away and feel sorry for myself and just be kind of like disempowered. Or I can sit up straight and I can presence with what is actually happening for me. What old thing in my life is being triggered by my partner that is kind of a gift to move through. And so for me, it was, I had a headache. My head was kind of throbbing. I felt mad. The sense was that I offered an opinion about something. We were talking about a computer program that maybe we could work with. And I said, oh, I experienced it as being chaotic. And my partner said something. It was declared, it's not chaotic. It was something so innocent. But that moment right there, I noticed myself, getting mad. I then went into blame. You're powering over me. I did the thing that I'm like talking about. It's not supportive. But of course, I'm human. I did it. My mind kicked in. And then I could kind of see it like, oh, here we are blaming each other. What's really true? Oh, this reminded me of growing up where being a kid, that at the end of the day, it was my parents' call, what we were going to do, just that feeling of just mad. I wasn't getting a voice. I wasn't allowing myself to really have a voice. And for a moment, I went into blaming him. Why aren't you listening? And then I saw eventually, oh, this is an old trigger that my partner is actually supporting me to move through by what we've created in this reactive brain experience. And so once I could kind of see that, and we both, this was took a minute this morning. He was wrestling with some fear. I had some fear, noticed some sadness, had some anger, but we're just presencing with all of it. The power struggle, the unconscious way is somebody went up, somebody went down. Could have at any moment been either or. The trick of the mind is to believe my stories, that you are doing something to me. That's like an indicator I'm in reactive brain. I'm blaming you. And so if we stay in that, we never actually get to the source of what is actually at the bottom of all of it for me, which is my own stuck energy. And so I think that's what power struggle is. Something happens, we go into an old defense, and we blame the other person. The way out is through. The way out is my own body, presencing with what is, letting the energy move through my body. As I'm saying this, I was just so aware this morning of what we're contending with as humans in relationship. I know this stuff. I'm playing with it every day. I'm studying it. I'm working with others in it, and I still can go there. And so what I feel so excited about is to share with other people this invisible thing that's always operating, and that with some really powerful tools, with a commitment to step into power with, meaning I see you as my equal, and I'm committed to being with you, to stepping out of power struggle, to not collapsing, or to move through my collapse when I go power down, or when I go power up, to look for my fear. What is it that I'm not feeling that's keeping me in a prideful place? To step into this new realm of what it's like to be truly with somebody, to be operating in the more expansive realms of creative brain, where you get to be all of you and I get to be all of me, and life seems sort of limitless. So I didn't know that this was even an option. That's what blows my mind. Is I knew about healthy relationships and good relationships and having fun in relationship. But I think I always thought somebody's always having to compromise and somebody's going to take the lead. And my idea of relationship is power struggle, that's how it works. And so I'm now, with this experience, letting my body experience, oh, this is what power with feels like. True power. Everything else is a paradigm of control. Ways in which I feel out of control and so try and control my situation and my partner and life. This other realm is not necessarily about finding the perfect partner. It's about knowing how to go into your own body to clear negative energy through and to connect with your own creative brain. Because from there, we're connected to our own innate wisdom. I'm connected to me. I'm connected to other people. I know that all is always well. That was the piece that was missing for me, was knowing how to do that, knowing that that existed, and knowing that it's not even something I had to attain or achieve. It's always been right there. It's just been obscured by all of the density, all of the energy, all of the trauma, all of the feelings that I have not felt in my lifetime. It's obscured by that, but it's not that it's not there. It's just waiting. And what is so incredibly beautiful and magical is being with a partner who knows this too, or who is at least committed to accessing this place within him. And so what do I want to leave you with today? I think just the hope that something new is possible. If you're struggling in relationship, or you've done all the therapy and you've read all the books and things just aren't where you want them to be, or maybe you're single and you're wondering, is it even possible? I certainly have been there. I want you to know that it is, and that there's some really powerful work out there that can support you to access power with in relationship, your own creative brain, and that when you're able to do that, all your answers are right there. So today, if you're stuck in power struggle and you're not quite sure how to get out, I wonder what it would be like to begin to wonder what a new way would be like, to wonder about a new paradigm, to wonder about what your willingness is to step into something new. I'd love to hear from you. How does this land? What are your thoughts? What are your questions? Send me a message, and I'd love to connect more. Have a great day, guys.